The videos I'm about to share with you guys tonight has kept me up, like literally kept me up at 3 a.m. thinking about the ceiling while trying to process what in the world I'm watching. Some of it are eerily paranormal, some of it are just upright wrong. That feeling in the back of your mind when something's not right, you're gonna feel that. So, lock your doors, maybe verify that your windows are closed, and let's get into some pretty disturbing videos on the web. Mansion of Whispers. Coming in at number 1 is a clip from paranormal investigator Adam Mark Explores, a YouTuber who's built a huge following by exploring decaying, forgotten places. While he often just tours abandoned homes, his audience loves when he does paranormal investigations. Of course, his methods have sparked a ton of debate. Some viewers swear his evidence is genuine, while others spend hours picking his footage apart, looking for any sign of fakery. This clip comes from a vast, haunted mansion, a place supposedly filled with a dark history and local legends of a deeply unsettling energy. The video shows him exploring the crumbling estate, setting up cameras to try and capture proof of the afterlife. You can almost feel how heavy the atmosphere is, the air thick with dust and unspoken stories. He leaves his cameras rolling in the dark, empty hallways, like a silent digital lookout in a house that refuses to sleep. As we watch the feed from his unattended camera, we are no longer watching a video, we are in the dark with him. In the first shot, he uses Spirit Talker and K2 device to communicate with the ghost. As soon as he enters the corridor, the Spirit Talker says sculpture. Moments later, it also says suffering and shows a piano near a vintage photo montage attached on a wall. Seconds later, the Spirit Talker says, "You are beautiful." The YouTuber seems to be very pleased by that remark. The device tells him, "Follow us ahead," from which he asks which direction he should proceed. The K2 beeps strenuously inside the room full of trash, and the ghost intentionally says terrible, and the YouTuber replies, "Yes it is," in a sarcastic way. He then films a Monopoly table where the device speaks emergency, which he asks what was the emergency, but no response. In the second shot, he leaves the camera alone at the corridor room with a jukebox, and the teddy bear starts the conversation.
When is your birthday? Maybe we can celebrate. Do you have a sister? Can you tap the floor for me? Did you just try saying something? Could you try saying it again?
In the end, there's a beep sound coming from the motion sensor below the door frame, along with a touch being felt by the teddy bear. In the third shot, the guy starts an EVP session. He asks if anybody is still remaining in this residential house. Initially, he assumes no response, but replay shows completely different story.
Try that.
Is there anybody remaining in this house, in this residential home today?
He hears voices of children saying hi. He also saw parts of ceiling dropped on the floor at the corner of the room. Now, in the fourth shot, he commences a spirit box session in a room with a Bible, as he thought it might be the best place for any paranormal activity.
Can you tell me your name?
He asks different questions through the device, from which he only gets negative responses. Later, he asks who's setting up the device music kept in front of the doorway, but unfortunately, he only gets answered in the most profane way possible. He also questions the spirit if he believed in Jesus. It replies back saying, "Asshole." Moments later, he asks if the old owner is still here. To his surprise, it replies, "Absolutely." And of course, he could speak to the owner. In the meantime, you can also see a balloon hanging at the hallway moving. Did you see it? Finally, the man returns to the main corridor, which sets off the K2. As soon as he goes near the red light on the chair, the spirit box goes off saying "had enough," from which the YouTuber apologizes for bothering him. Then he asks multiple questions, from which he mostly gets the most bizarre answers. The ghost also tells him now he's with family, which relieves the guy and prompts him to ask even more. Most of the conversation now is optimistic with the ghost.
Would like me to come of the evening where the veil's a bit thinner. They're with their family now. We got confirmation of that. I didn't really Ryan. I didn't get confirmation whether
Which
it was
satisfies the YouTuber and in turn leaves the place in peace. Unlike most videos that I have watched, this one had good ending. The Poltergeist's Fury. Our second entry is a video that claims to be the raw, uncut footage of a full-on poltergeist attack, uploaded by the paranormal channel Mindseed TV. The clip is titled "Scariest Video You Will Ever Watch," and it has millions of views and has started endless arguments. The Mindseed TV team visits notoriously haunted places, but they said the activity in this Georgia house was on another level. They argue the footage is shown completely unedited, a direct feed from their camera to give you an unfiltered experience. The YouTuber reluctantly explores the abandoned house. He gets creeped out by the lady's portrait hanging on the wall. The investigators claimed that as soon as they walked in, they found a lock on the door with a handwritten sign that said, "Don't turn off," and they started hearing strange noises. Calling a video uncut is a more powerful move in found footage because it's meant to make everything feel more real and immediate. The clip starts with the investigators creeping into the kitchen, their flashlights cutting through the dark. From the get-go, it's chaos. The house was already set up for a spiritual battle, with bundles of sage hanging from the ceiling. The team said the energy in the house was so intense, they felt it was disrespectful to even try to talk to whatever was in there. The hanging utensils at the kitchen start moving violently, therefore freaking them out. Next, they spot 3 chairs stacked by a pyramid formation on the table, which they find very bizarre. Moments later, they hear something kick the chairs down, which sends shiver in their timbers. The cameraman claims to hear the jingle bells on the doorknob. Did you hear it?
That was the jingle. When we were going up, I heard the jingle down here. It had to be that. Yeah, that's what I heard when I was going up the stairs.
At the upstairs hallway, their lights flicker as they speak. When they get inside the room, at the end of the hallway, they feel very strange to be inside. The most frightening moment here is when they reach the bathroom. He sees the shower curtain move, from which he presumes there's someone inside. The whole crew, after opening the curtains, find nobody else. Immediately, the poltergeist slides the chair at the other side room, which jumps them. When they return downstairs, they hear a creepy woman whisper, freezing them at once.
Did you just hear that? What?
Yeah. You heard like a woman, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did too.
Like.
When they enter the kitchen to investigate the flickering lights, unknown footsteps are heard, and after he turns around, he witnesses his friend has a scary face, witch-like, with black eyes and mouth, almost giving him a heart attack. Did you see it?
What the f? You looked fucking really weird just now when I looked back at you.
Paradoxically, the sheer amount of activity in this video is what makes people doubt it. Skeptics point out that a lot of famous poltergeist videos, like chairs stacking themselves, were later proven to be hoaxes. Some people have even slowed down the footage and claim to have found hidden cuts and editing tricks. But for those who want to believe, the video is a terrifying document of a violent haunting. It makes you wonder what happens when the spirits you are looking for aren't just trying to talk, but are actively hostile and ready to turn a house into a weapon. Number 3. Help. We are starting the third one with something innocent looking, but trust me, it's gonna completely mess with your head. This comes from Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared series of puppet style videos, and Help is one of the videos in the series which just ratchets up every creepy element of the show. A duck is seen on a chair, horrified. It shows a black guy forcing a red guy to read a script while holding a hammer over his head and glowering threateningly at the camera. One of the sketchbook's pages can be seen on the floor. The black guy walks out and shuts the door. Whatever the intention, it's deeply unsettling. It's a piece of found footage from a world that shouldn't exist, a distress signal from a digital hell. Let me hear your war cry. Alright, the next one is just freaky in a completely different way. Two doll-like creatures are screaming at the top of their lungs with rising intensity of their voices. One looks like he's wearing a drill sergeant hat. It's definitely not a human sound that gets produced. It's like a raw, jagged noise, a mimic of a voice, but a mimic that doesn't understand how to get the job done. It's an artistic creation, but it functions like a cursed digital artifact that feels dangerous and forbidden. It's a glimpse into a world that screams at you from the void and demands a response. Number 5. Turkee Dadee. Memory hole on it, but Turkee Dadee takes the weirdness to a different level altogether. The grainy, distorted images look as if they have been exhumed from a bad dream. A grotesque head with the face of a pig is being kept on a table where it speaks. I absolutely love America. Feeling, looking good. In the end of the clip, his tongue sticks out and his glasses are removed with his eyes closed and looks like he might be dead. In the next clip, a woman in a black dress slips and falls on the stairs, hitting her head on the stair walls and giving her a concussion. In the final grainy clip, it shows two objects or creatures for brief milliseconds before cutting off. Just the sort of video that makes you wonder, as if you are the one who's not supposed to be viewing this. digital terror. Before we move on to the next video, if this journey into the unknown is the kind of thing that fascinates you, consider subscribing and ringing the notification bell, as it helps us keep unearthing these strange fragments and ensures you won't miss what we find next. Now, let's get back to the darkness. Palestine Air Strike footage. This is a camera footage taken by a Palestinian guy before his demise that shows another Palestinian civilian along with him moments before an airstrike. This video is grainy, dated, but what it captures is undeniable tragedy. You see them taking cover from incoming airstrikes, and then the shell hits. It's sudden. Despite the cameraman's death, the camera still rolls and captures the event, which is the most chilling factor about this video. This isn't entertainment. It's the horrible reality of conflict zones, real people, real lives ended. It's included here, not for shock value, but as a stark reminder that the real horror isn't in the supernatural. It's in what humans do to each other. Door intruder in Santa Rosa. This one's from a Ring doorbell camera, and it's the kind of thing that makes you check your locks 3 times before bed. User FitArtvark3168 shared this footage from their home, their Whole Foods on Yulupa. Here's their full account. After 7:40 p.m. last night, this guy was walking around my neighborhood selling candy. I live near Whole Foods on Yulupa. After knocking twice on my door, he tried to open my front door. It was very scary. I called the police, but they couldn't find him. If you've seen him at your door or in your neighborhood, please call the police. The footage shows this guy knocking, waiting, looking around, and then just reaches down and tries the door handle, not aggressively but casually, like he's testing it, like he does this a lot. The fact that he was going door to door with a selling candy story as a cover, that's a predatory behavior. That's someone casing houses. The police couldn't find him, which means he's still out there, still trying doors. Abandoned house encounter. There were 2 explorers recording a walkthrough of an abandoned house at daytime. They are on the first floor of a 2-story house, panning around with their camera. When something moves on the 2nd floor, they do notice it when you look closely. When you take a second glance, they just happen to notice it. And when you take a second look at it, it's right there upstairs. Something or someone is watching them. Seeing the shadowy figure moving past through, they flee from the house to never return. Mysterious voice at home. And we are almost ending with something that will make you question every sound in your house tonight. User Last Mammoth 895 posted this security camera footage from their house, and their description gives me chills. Here's what they say. I was at work today and my wife said something weird just happened. She sent me this video that captures movement when the dogs are barking, etc. She was emptying the dishwasher in the kitchen, which is in the other room, 20 feet behind the camera, and you may hear that at the beginning of the video. She only noticed the door open to the closet at first. I had my AirPods in when she sent me the video and heard the voice immediately. I quickly realized she hadn't heard this yet. It definitely gave me chills. She's been really freaked out since after I made her aware of it. I'm really pretty quick to explain away certain things that happen around the house, but these two happening right next to each other is too great to ignore. My first impression was the word here, but when I keep listening to it, I'm hearing Taya more and more. Let me know what you think you hear, or if I'm just losing it. Haha. In the video, the dog starts barking at seemingly nothing. Then the closet door slowly creaks open. But if you listen with headphones, there's a voice, clear as day. It sounds like here or there, like something's greeting them, something that knows they are there. The wife was alone with the dogs, and something else was in the house, announcing itself. And that closet door opening right after the voice, that's not a coincidence, that's intention. The Icy Abyss. We have arrived at our final and perhaps most tragic piece of footage. This clip isn't paranormal, it's not a hoax, and it's not an act of war. It's the recording of a terrible accident that turned a joyful tradition into an irreversible nightmare. The video from January 2022 captures a 40-year-old Russian lawyer named Anna Uskova taking part in a dive to mark the Orthodox Epiphany. It's a tradition for believers to plunge into blessed ice water. The video, filmed by her husband, shows Anna near a hole cut into the ice of Oredesh River. Her children can be heard off camera, watching their mom. She crosses herself, holds her nose and jumps into the dark water. It's a scene that is played countless times, but on this day, in this spot, something went horribly wrong. The ice hole had been cut in a part of the river with a dangerously strong current, a fact that the local emergency rescue chief would later criticize, noting that people drown there every year. Anna jumps in, and for a split second, everything seems fine. But she is almost immediately pulled from the view under the ice. The camera keeps rolling, capturing the unfolding horror. Her family's cheerful encouragement turns into confusion, then to pure panic. She jumps into frigid water and disappears. For a moment, nothing happens. Then her husband and others realize she isn't coming back up. The current has dragged her under the sheet of ice. The video captures their frantic, desperate screams piercing the icy silence. Her husband and others frantically jumped in after her, but she was gone, swept away. The video ends, but the horror doesn't. We are left with the sound of her children screaming for their mother. Her body was found by divers over a week later, nearly a kilometer downstream. This footage is the ultimate example of a recording that should have stayed lost. It's a private moment of unimaginable grief, now forever accessible online. It's the most potent reminder that the most profoundly unsettling footage is that which captures the real, the irreversible, and the moments where an ordinary day becomes a permanent nightmare. So yeah, that's it. That's a compilation that's probably gonna haunt your dreams tonight. They will make you wonder what else is lurking in the shadows. Sleep tight, check your doors. Perhaps you shouldn't be watching this by yourself at night either. I'll see you in the next one, if you're stupid enough to come back.